What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right. So before I get into this video, I want to give a shout out to a couple of my subscribers for showing love to the channel. First of all, I want to show love back to Aram. All right, because Aram contributes to the channel. He's a frequent contributor to the channel as far as donations are concerned. He really liked my video on my backup channel, Too Raw for Sports. If you haven't subscribed to Too Raw for Sports, please subscribe to that channel. I put up a video yesterday. Actually, I think it uploaded today, like in the wee morning hours. And it's a video where I talk about each and every championship team. And I point out something that you could talk about for each team that could perhaps give them an asterisk. And it's just to show you how much this asterisk thing is a bunch of BS. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. And shout out to Larry, all right? Larry with a $30 donation via the Cash App. Larry's a very intelligent person. Larry and I often communicate online. We talk about, the and mysterious yet interesting historical events of the not so distant past that we are all curious about and have theories about. Conspiracies, controversies. We like talking about things of that nature. And so he's a good brother. And shout out to him once again for showing love to his channel. And to anybody and everybody that's shown love to his channel, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, especially during this time period when, YouTube took away my monetization. You know, hopefully YouTube will give back my monetization this month. You know, but they took it away unfairly. So that's why I created a backup channel with the ultimate goal of getting at least 1,000 subscribers. I'm about 57% of the way there now. So we'll get there. All right. And anyone that wants to show love to this channel, you can do so. And the links in the description box below. And I also put a link in most of my videos in a pinned comment if you want to show love to this channel. Now, let me talk about Kawhi Leonard, but in this video, I want to approach this from a different perspective, not from a basketball standpoint. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know where he's going to go. He's unpredictable. I mean, I would think he would resign with the Clippers. If you had to put a gun to my head, I would think he would. I would think he would sign something like a 2-year contract with a year to opt out. That's some. I think he would sign something, like that. But you don't know with Kawhi Leonard. But what I want to talk about in this video is, in my opinion, Kawhi Leonard is a narcissist, man. This isn't meant to criticize him. Like, I'm not trying to criticize him or make him out to be a bad person. I'm not. This is just something I've observed from him for the last couple of years. And let's be fair, most of these athletes have some type of self-centeredness to them. They're young, they're rich, beautiful women come across them all the time. They're always flattered by those around them. Of course, they have a heightened sense of importance. They're going to be more self-important than the average person. But Kawhi seems to be an especially heinous case when it comes to malignant narcissism. This is a guy who may very well uh, leave the Clippers and go elsewhere. That's within his right. But if I'm Paul George, I feel a certain type of way about that. Paul George was perfectly fine playing in OKC. Now, what Kawhi Leonard apparently did to Russell Westbrook is fucked up. Russell Westbrook as we all know back then, it was rumors about Kawhi Leonard wanting Russell Westbrook to come with him in Toronto. Now, now I'm starting to wonder if that wasn't totally true because supposedly Russ wanted to team up with Kawhi, right? Where I don't know. I guess LA, maybe the Clippers or something. But apparently Kawhi never answered him back. Didn't even answer his phone call. Didn't want to play with him. However, Kawhi backdoored Russ and communicated with Paul George. Paul George, who was a free agent, left on, I guess, good terms with Westbrook, but left and went and signed with Kawhi Leonard. Now, Kawhi Leonard may very well sign with another team. Now, why would he? I don't know. But he could. And if I'm Paul George, I feel a certain type of way because Kawhi Leonard was supposed to come back to LA. This is his hometown. And he made for him, a public announcement of how he's the real king of LA and all this type of stuff. Bring a title to the Clippers, turn the franchise around. And when you look at it, why would he leave? I mean, this year, for the first time in 50 years, the Clippers made it to the Western Conference Finals. I know that's not the ultimate goal, but that's a big breakthrough. Kawhi is only 30 years old. He's only 30 years old. Just turned 30 in late June. Um, he's not going to play as long as LeBron James, but he still has a good, I think, 4 or 5 year window of high level basketball in him. I just don't think it's a good idea, a good look, really, to always burn your bridges. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. I understand he didn't ask to go to Toronto, but that organization did everything they could, from what I could see, to ameliorate him. All right. Uh, I remember reading about. Didn't they provide a relative of his with a vehicle or something? They purchased that. Weren't they paying for like relatives, or was it Kawhi himself? I can't remember. I think they were no. I think they were paying Kawhi uh, rent. Literally, they were financing a home. The organization were paying his rent. I don't think he had to pay it for himself. At a lush apartment complex, I believe. Well, I don't think it was a home. I think it was an apartment complex. Um, Not some, palatial apartment complex. They did a lot of things for him, and he bolted. But he wasn't tied to the organization. Fine. Goes to L.A. He does these things that are, diva-esque. He doesn't play back-to-backs because of health reasons. He always misses at least 20 games a season because of health reasons. Um, it wasn't cool that when he got hurt in the playoffs, he was physically able to go to the games, but he wasn't able to sit with his team, preferring to sit with his family. People made excuses for that, whatever. I have receipts to show that when LeBron did the same thing, many of these same people who were giving Kawhi a pass were getting on LeBron for doing that. Whatever. Um, I just I don't know. He just seems like he could just, with free agency looming as I'm recording this video, I think it's 30 minutes away from free agency. I understand the formality of listening to offers, but other stars, if they're committed to the team, they'll do it. Like Tim Duncan, Jordan, others, Kobe maybe. They'll listen, but you know that they're not going to leave. Kawhi could have cut this noise out from the get-go. He could have stamped all this out. all these flames of innuendo or flames of I don't know if I should say innuendo. All these flames of speculation. These flames of speculation could have been stamped out days ago by just a statement from this guy. No, he doesn't care. And to me, that's just another sign of a guy that is a narcissist. As a matter of fact, I sometimes wonder if Kawhi Leonard suffers from something like maybe Asperger's syndrome. All right. The Asperger's syndrome is a much milder version of autism. Now, people who have Asperger's syndrome are those who, um, for instance, they might have great intelligence often. They're very intelligent people. They are very brilliant oftentimes in one or two particular areas. Um, they catch on to things much, much faster than other people. Um, but the downside of them are their social skills or lack of social skills. Oftentimes, they have very little social skills. They have very little interest in social aspects. Kawhi doesn't have social media. Kawhi doesn't seem to be the most personable person. Kawhi's been a guy that we've seen on camera will be on the phone and walk past people, fans, anybody. He comes across sometimes as if he's very rude. That's not necessarily the case at times. Sometimes these people are just socially awkward. Another thing is a lot of times people who have Asperger's may have a weird or peculiar way of like talking or laughing. Um, yeah, now you see where I'm going with that one. But anyway, Kawhi is an interesting guy, though, man. He's an interesting guy. I think at his core, he's an okay person, but I think he's just maybe part of it is also his upbringing. He's not trusting of people, and once you get on his bad side, or if he does anything to have any mistrust toward you, it's gone. And I think outside of himself and his family, others are expendable. And I wouldn't be surprised if he did sign somewhere else. I would not be surprised, um, because he's a different person. He's a different type of character, and at the end of the day, he's going to do what's best for him. And if what's best for him is not uh, is not in the same with the organization that he's with, he will depart them because I don't think he really gives a fuck about the media or what people think of him. You know, that's how I feel about the situation. You know what I'm saying? But tell me what you guys think.